Now that was some delicious soup. Can I get some more soup here? Oh dude, I don't think you're supposed to be drinking that. That soup looks pretty strange. Bro, it's just soup. Don't try to tell me anything, Stanfisk. Yeah, now this soup is... why am I feeling like I'm starting to grow? Wait! Now this is a problem. A big problem. Today I'm gonna be talking about Pokemon's infamous gimmick, one of the gimmicks that came and went away, but had many problems with people complaining. The gimmick I'm gonna be talking about is the Dynamax gimmick, and I'm gonna see what made Dynamax not a perfect gimmick and the reasons that caused it to fail. Well, I'm Father 13, and let's get started. The first problem that Dynamax has is barely any usage. Despite it being the main gimmick of the game, you barely even get to use it in the game, as you're only restricted to use it during only the gym fights. And I know it's supposed to show how special this thing is, but it's kind of pretty boring. Now you can technically use it in raid battles, but in the main story you're kind of restricted with only gym battles, and it's not also all the gym battles, as PS's gym doesn't have any Dynamax. So essentially only have some of the few battles you get to use Dynamax, and not really that much, despite it being the main gimmick. You think you'll get to use it more. Maybe X and Y should learn a lesson from this, since they also barely get it too. But yeah, it's a pretty problem that this thing has, but there's also another problem with this gimmick. Gigantaimax forms has to be one of the worst problems of this. Now, I love the Gigantaimax forms. I think Gigantaimax form designs are easily way better than Mega Evolution. You could throw all the tomatoes you wanted me, but it's just an honest opinion of mine. Gigantaimax Pokemon just look way better than Mega Evolutions. The problem is Gigantaimax Pokemon are kind of a bit, well, what can I say, awful. Yeah, they're pretty trash. Despite them being one of the main things of the game, and to make it a bit more special for Dynamax, they're pretty pathetic. And despite them being just a simple like change, they do get an extra move, but these moves are honestly really pathetic. Like, I would rather keep a max move than use a G max move. But so those are what the problem is with Gigantamax, but there's also another problem with Dynamax. The problem that I say is one of the biggest things with that I think why lots of people hate Dynamax. Even when you get to use it and those chances you have, they only last for 3 turns. 3 turns! Why 3? 3 turns! So, what? Unlike Mega Evolution that lasts for a whole 10, or at least like Z moves that at least are one-shot strong moves. Now Dynamax are strong moves, but the thing is, lasting only for 3 turns. So what's the point of having a Gigantamax Pokemon if I'm only gonna see this cool new form for 3 turns? That just doesn't make sense. That made me really angry when I found that, and lots of people angry too. You don't even get to see Dynamax just only for 3 turns. Now you can easily set up with the thing, but the thing is, most of the max moves are kind of bad, and most of the thing people usually tend to use the easily the best max move be Airstream for speed, and barely use the other ones. Because what's the point if you only get 3 turns? It's so bad. Why? There's also another problem, I think, and this has to be, I think, the real reason what's wrong with it. I think the major problem with Dynamax, it tried to do too much. When you think about it, Dynamax really doesn't have anything like it tells the Pokemon big, okay, but it feels as if it's trying to be too much of the other ones. It tries to add the new special forms like how Mega Evolution did, but tries to also be accessible to all Pokemon just like what Z-moves did. By trying to do too much, you're kind of doing too little, if I'm saying. With it doing too much, there's nothing really special about it. Even though Z moves are also one of the least favorite gimmicks as it's simply just a special attack, it still made itself technically unique. With Dynamax only turning the Pokemon big and trying to be too much of them, it kind of makes itself pretty bad, and the reason why lots of people don't really remember Dynamax as being the best thing. It could have had potential, it could have done something more unique, but if it's doing this lackluster thing, it kind of makes the gimmick just feel bland compared to the other gimmicks. Even the new one, Terrestrialization, does something unique. You get to change your type into a different type. That's unique, but besides Dynamax being just big, it's just Z-Move and Mega Evolution's deformed hybrid baby. So that's why I think people don't like the Gigantamax problem and its biggest major problem. I've been Thunder 13th, and tell me, what do you think about this?